Hey guys, I am going to show you in this video how to make advanced extrudes that take a little more prep work than simply drawing a cube. Okay, and once you can figure this out, that really opens up your um, your avenues to making more advanced items. So let's take a look here. So I have this item here. We're going to make a, this is going to be a bracket. I'm not sure for what, but it's going to be a bracket eventually. Excuse me. And right now, if we look at it, it's all, I'm going to select, see, it's just it's a whole bunch of lines and it's a couple arcs. And what we need to do before we, well, there's two ways you can do this. And I'm going to show you because sometimes one way works and sometimes another way works. And I haven't quite figured out what makes one way work other than another way because of errors and different things. So I'm gonna have you try the easy way first. Now, as long as you have everything drawn and you are pretty sure that all the lines are snapped to one another, that's really important in 3D. One of the things you can do is you can come up, and this is again, hopefully this is the way that works for you most times. It's a little bit easier once you have this designed and drawn, is you come up here to modify and you come to compose, and that I believe turns it into a polyline. We'll see. Yep, it turns into a polyline. And the one thing you want to make sure you check is that you see this box right down here. You want to make sure that the checkbox is closed, because if it's open, then it won't let you extrude anything. So right now it's closed and it has a fill. The one thing you need to make sure is when you do an extrude, it needs to have a fill, or else it'll just be the like a wireframe sort of. And sometimes you want that, most times you don't. So let's do an extrude here. Okay, so we have it selected, our one polyline selected. We're going to model, extrude, and I want this guy to be about 2 inches deep. So we're going to go 2 inches. Click on OK, and let's just see what happens here. Alright, it looks like it extruded. The true test, though, is you need to do a render, a fast render works. And yep, that was exactly, everything is filled in. You will know that something didn't work out when you do a render like this and it looks like it's just a wireframe model. Or it looks like there's no fill on the inside. There'll be walls here, but there's nothing on the inside. This drew out and extruded properly. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the way, if you do have errors, a way that is more foolproof and that will work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Control Z out of this. So now we're back to our lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw the polyline over the top of it. I've not, if the compose command doesn't work, this is the best way that I know to get it to work. So we're going to choose polyline command, and the two modes we're going to use the corner vertex mode, and we're going to use the point on arc mode. And I usually pick a point in the corner to start. And we'll click, and we're just going to kind of go down, and we want to make sure we click on all the endpoints so it's exactly what you drew. And the one thing, let's say I draw off to the side here and it's not right. All you need to do is hit the backspace button, and then you can take it again. Now we're at this curve, so I'm going to come up to point on arc, select the center of that arc, and come back here and select the end of the arc. Now we need to go back to the point, endpoint, 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 endpoint. So we just kind of keep on going along here, and now we get back to, click on the midpoint, and I missed the space here. I'm going to try and do that again. Midpoint, and right there, we go back to here, and endpoint, 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 and now you see it once it's closed, it makes our polyline. So we'll come up to model, extrude 2 inches, and again let's take a look at this guy in right isometric. And now what we can do is we can get rid of this this guy. Let's do a quick fast Renderworks to confirm that. Looks good. Now I'm going to show you one little trick here, how to rotate. Because right now I want this, right now we're looking at it in the top view, but I want it to look like this in the front view. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here, look at it from the right side view. So here we are. Okay, I'm going to select everything, and then we're just going to rotate it right on the endpoint, right up here, and we're just going to flop it up. Click it, and I'll move it back here. Here we are now. So when I look at it in the front view, there's the front. Here's the top plan. Okay, so and here we are again in right isometric, and we can render it any way we want. This is going to be a dashed hidden line, I believe. Well, okay, yeah, here's our dashed hidden line rendering. So right here, okay, anytime you move a rendered object, it will ask if you want to re-render it again or go back to wireframe. I'm going to hit re-render, and there we are. So in this video, we looked at 2 different ways to do a more complex or more advanced extrude, and as a bonus, you learned how to rotate. Extrudes. So thanks for playing, and happy drafting.